No, I don't want to be either, Daddy. I hope the audio's messed up. I don't want to be either, Daddy. I hope the audio's messed up. Okay. Good. The audio's all janked up, chat, so I'm gonna fix it real quick, hopefully. But you've only missed cast and crew members calling me the GM Daddy.
Only if you steal the governor's mansion.
Okay. Keep talking because I'm testing
All
yield audio.
I have a question. Can someone explain to me what cosmic threads are?
But what are?
What?
In Twitch, it says I have 4,490 cosmic creds. I have no idea what that means.
Oh, someone doesn't watch the Final Fantasy.
So you can redeem a toot toot. Although a lot of these don't work because Tyler's not leading the stream tonight, so we're just gonna have to pretend.
The toot, that should work. Should be able to toot all you want.
How do you do that?
Hey, chat. Hey.
You click on the creds.
Hey,
and then
Spec.
You click on
Hey.
toot toot, and then you just hit redeem.
Lord of the Soup.
That's what our chat does when they fail.
All right, everyone should be able to hear us now and see the sweet setup we've got going for this stream.
Hey, Tyler, this is what it's like when we don't have to wait 45 minutes for anybody to show up to our stream.
I like, but that's when we have the best conversation. That's when you, Mike, and I are just dinking around, and it's so fun.
I like showing up midway through the stream and just saying one or two things. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Tonight. Welcome everyone in the chat or listen to this afterwards to Cosmic Crit Plays. Everything from Final Fantasy VII to more Final Fantasy VII to never gonna finish Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII forever.
Don't listen to him.
There's a reason Final is in the title.
Literally last week we goofed around for 45 minutes and did one fight, and then Tyler's internet crashed, so we had to stop.
Drew, you know what? Guess what I didn't do?
You didn't save?
I didn't say.
Tyler.
Oh,
so we got to do all that again.
Oh no.
Well,
you do that.
rewarding.
You do that off stream.
Glad I watch that every week.
Hey, listen.
This is Patrick, your GM, and I am joined here tonight by the Cosmic Crit Crew, who, oh boy, I'm getting audio from you, Tyler. I think opening and closing windows. Naughty Tyler. I am joined here tonight by the Cosmic Crit Crew, aka the 4 out of 5 Knuckleheads. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Oh, that.
I think we just answered that in the same exact way. Right?
Well, this is for people that aren't here live that want to know if we're recording this for posterity. No Jabert here this evening. But he will be our Billy in spirit. No Billy here tonight as far as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers go. This is a special stream, of course, one that we've been waiting on for some time, to talk about the rules for Mecha, for mechs in Starfinder. The playtest is happening right now while we're live, so you can go on to, I believe it's paizo.com/Starfinder playtest, and you can download the rules for free for this and for a new class that they're testing out. But these mecha rules are obviously what we want to get our hands on immediately and start playing with immediately. And we've waited like 2 weeks, so it was time to jump in.
Yay.
Because, I mean, honestly, all of us, I would say, have been waiting for these since Starfinder launched in 2017. We're like, oh, these are great. Powered armor, that seems cool. Why can't I be a giant robot? Why can't I be a giant robot right now?
The real questions, honestly.
Yeah. I know not all of you listening, not all of you playing along with us, have read the rules as extensively as Drew and I have. Drew, you've definitely been poring over these the last couple weeks, right?
I've been trying. It just so happens that this is like the most busy time of the year for me personally. So I'm trying to wrap my head around things because I might have some things cooking up for another one of these streams coming up fairly soon. Wink.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff we can do with them. You have, I mean, at the very least, kind of seen the overview of like how it works, and it is kind of similar to Starship Creation in that you have like a number of build points. In the mecha rules, they're right now they're called MP mecha points. You have a number of them based on your party's level, just like a starship, and you have to divide them amongst a certain number of mecha. What's your impression, Drew, just out the gate, taking a look at these rules? Are you impressed with them? Are you excited about the final rules?
So I think they have simplified a lot of what I would have expected, because the easy thing for me before they released this playtest was they would base it off of Starship combat, because it seems like that. And they have not done so. It's based more off of the ground combat, and what appears to be a combination of a little bit from Starship combat, a little bit from like the shield mechanic, as far as how there are replenishing and usable points that you build in per round, and there are different things that affect that. I am a little interested in, like, if you're wanting to make something very particular, you can get almost there, but not quite. But again, this is a playtest. They could have 20,000 more weapons and abilities that's just, we're not there yet. But I'm excited to try it, because this will be my first time seeing it in action.
Yeah, that's one thing I want you all to be thinking of while we play, is if there are suggestions or questions that you have, I mean, feel free to bring them up while we're talking about it in combat, because that is what we're doing tonight, believe it or not. But in going through and making up some mechs, plural, for tonight's stream, I already have a few suggestions and a few kind of like head scratchers, like, I understand why, but I kind of wish, right now in the rules, it is kind of impossible based on your character's level to have everyone in your party have their own individual mech, which seems like a missed opportunity. And that's just by the rules. I mean, you can break those and kind of GM them how you want here, but it's probably for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as I'm reading, because again, the way that we're going to get into how this all works in a little bit, it is as limited as one person in combat. So if you think about just one person in combat, they can do a move action, they can do a standard action,
than a full, yeah.
It's the same kind of limitations, but if you have more pilots, you get more opportunities to do those things, which is where I guess the Starship combat idea kind of comes into play.
I mean, as a GM, you are free to give all your players a mech each and let them just go out and have fun in the world. By the rules for like creation of them, you have to spend more on an individual mech than your single character contributes to the overall party's mecha points. Anyway, that's getting deep into the creation, which we're not talking about tonight. In general, I really enjoyed these rules. I was excited getting into the meat of them to see how close we can get them to working with Starfinder as a game, and I just plucked a monster straight out of, I believe, Alien Archive 2 for tonight. You guys will get to see that in a second. How close we can get it working in Starfinder, along with how close we can kind of blend it into fictional mecha. So yeah, the mecha rules are a pretty interesting mix. I would say we've gotten a little bit of them with vehicles already, and like if you're on an inner cycle or in a tank in Starfinder, it works kind of the same way. You would be using like piloting for checks and whatever weapon is on the vehicle you're on, and they have a harness and things like that. Kind of a mix of power armor as well as the Starship combat rules we were talking about. But yeah, they just took like little elements of each and then kind of put it into that standard combat. So the one thing that is not in this playtest is these don't work on Starship combat level, so you can't take your mechs into outer space to interact with starships, unfortunately.
Yet.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's going to be in Starship Operations Manual 2.0.
We did just get fighters finally, so.
Yeah, I imagine you can kind of just make a fighter to be
mech.
represented by a mech. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of bleed over how it would work in space as opposed to just a single ship. Anyway, I'm very interested to see these rules in action, so I want to just talk about it a little bit first and then dive into this week's scenario, which is called Mighty Morphin Power Starfinders, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
When you and I started talking about this, Drew, this is one of the first things we talked about in the conversation was how do we get these mecha rules into recreating fictional mechs from TV and movies and anime and the like, and see how accurately a mech can be represented here. Obviously, you can just...
I wonder what other things we used as inspiration for some things that might be coming up.
So what I'm taking this week, I was torn between doing this and Voltron, and it's just a little more colorful world in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Land. You got all kinds of different weapons and attacks and things, and I was interested to see how closely they could be represented in the rules. They can, very closely. So yeah, this is the first thing that popped in mind. So we're recreating the Megazords from Season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And yeah, just plunging into one of the our favorite TV franchises of all time here. Miles, it's Morphin time. How excited are you for this playtest?
I am very, very excited. As probably most of the people who are in our Discord know, I am a massive, massive Power Rangers fan. And mechs is something that I definitely have wanted for a while. Not just to do something like Power Rangers, but for me, mechs and sci-fi RPG kind of go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like, you know, this is something I think that I know that Drew has been wanting, and I've been wanting for a long time, and I'm really excited to see what we cook up with, how this works.
So you guys have in your character sheets some extra characters as opposed to what is being shown on the screen here at the bottom. Echo 7, Devasho, Sprouts. Those are not your characters this week. I've provided you with just to get a sense of like the generalities of these rules. I wanted to use the Starfinder Society Iconics, and we're using the level 8 Iconics of some of those characters. Not a huge difference in how they pilot the mechs, but just to get a good sense of how the mechs themselves work.
Should we rename ourselves and roll 20 for
you can
simplicity?
Yeah,
Just
if you want, go right ahead. It's actually not, I don't think everyone's name is actually seen on here. So
and my color's already red, so
and the dice aren't going to show up except on the 3D dice. But anyway, you're just playing basically the characters from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but the Megazords that I started making in this process was a 5-person super mech, and I loaded this thing with the most dangerous weapons, the best frame, all the auxiliary systems I could, all the extra bonuses that I could, and I made a very beefy mech with the rules in the playtest. And when all was said and done, I'd only used about half of the mech points that we would have had out of the pool. So if we were just actually going for the 4 of you guys, I was planning on having a 5th with Jabert, which we can NPC control, but that's 600 mech points for level 8 PCs, and I used about 300 to make the Megazord. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to waste all these. Time to make the dragon sword. So I made like a smaller single person mech, and we're gonna have 4 PCs in the Megazord tonight, and 1 in the dragon sword. But yeah, that is max tier for. You're only supposed to go 1 tier above your average party level. So it's a tier 9 mech with pretty much maxed out weapons and all the bells and whistles.
Sounds fancy.
So in general, like I said, you can't really make like individual mechs, and it's hard to make one main mech without kind of wasting some of those points you would get as a party. So in squads, if you're wanting to do mech combat in your home games, your regular Starfinder games, if you want to spice up an adventure path by adding them in right now, you probably want to make at least 2 mechs, probably 3 actually, maybe a couple of smaller ones and 1 big one, but I'm not telling you how to make your mechs. There's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do with these rules. But that being said, let's set the stage and get into it, because I want to play. I want to talk about these rules in depth and get into combat. To set the scene, you guys are teenagers with attitude, and for some reason, a deadly amount of martial arts skills for a teenager. You can take on anybody, basically. You have the prowess of like
even the nerd can kickbox.
You have like super black belt powers. And you also like to all dress in primary colors. And in secret, you are the Power Rangers who defend Earth from who do they defend Earth from, Miles? Aliens?
Cabbages.
Yes, aliens.
Okay.
Breeder of Pulsa, Lord Zed, Machine Empire.
Oh,
Dark
Are these
Finder.
bands?
They sound like bands.
Miles Drew played bass for Billy and the Spirit.
But yeah,
I said that originally.
it's mostly aliens. There are, at least in the comics, there have been some Earth-based things, but it's almost always either extraterrestrial or extra-dimensional.
Excellent. Okay, so let's take us to. I've got a whole battlefield. Bloop.
Oh my land.
This week's combat.
That is a very cool-looking Goldar.
I've just found some art online. I gotta go check and see what you guys can see on the stream here. Can't see Goldar, so bloop, he's over here now. Couple of mechs, and if you notice, first thing, the size is a little off. I was looking for a challenge here for 2 mechs, and this is going to be a very challenging encounter. I'll say that off the bat. But yeah, in making the Megazord, he turned into a colossal size mech, and then when I went back and used the points, that's the other thing. You can't make like a colossal size mech for 1 person, which is kind of stinks. 1 or 2 people, like all the larger ones require a big crew. Yes, and
Yeah, makes sense.
It does, but I also wish you can just have like 1 giant mech per person.
Could you imagine if you just had like a team of colossal sized mechs?
Isn't that essentially Gundams though? Like what does colossal mean like in actual terms? Like I mean that's kind of subjective, right?
In Starfinder terms, it means it goes medium, large, huge, I believe colossal, and then gargantuan.
It's gargantuan then colossal.
Gargantuan then colossal. Is gargantuan 20? Yeah. So it goes 10 foot, 15 foot, which is the Dragon Zord here, is a huge creature as well as Goldar. And then I think...
But it's only 15 feet?
I think 20
like,
is gargantuan. Well, it depends on a couple things, but it's basically the same height tall as kind of wide, the space it takes up.
So it's a cube is what you're saying?
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes
Megazords are nothing but cubes.
Some creatures you can have be
rules.
long and not tall, and it will say that in their description. But for the Megazords...
For example, like a Trox takes up a 10-foot space, but they're actually 12 feet tall. So they're not like a 10-foot cube. So the height gets a little
I
weird
was just kidding. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out like compared to a building, like how tall is this thing? Like,
Well,
what's huge?
At the minimum, the Megazord here in red is 30 foot tall. I would say, because it's, you know, the size of its base. In actuality, you can make them a lot taller than the base they take up. But I'm just saying, for right now, there is a bit of a size discrepancy between Goldar, who is standing in place for a CR-14 dragon, metallic dragon tonight, who is huge. But you've got a lot of reach on this monster, because your reach is basically your base as well. And yeah, the Dragonzord is the same size, so we'll see what that means as far as this goes. So
now,
you guys,
can we make the Dragon Megazord?
I don't have rules for that, but if it comes to it, we'll see what happens in the combat.
That's another thing. When Patrick and I were talking about Voltron and Megazords, there aren't combining rules yet. You kind of have to start with the thing already made.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes sense, because I mean, yes, in the show, you know, the Dragonzord and the Megazord are the same size, but for the rules for having one person pilot something of comparable size, it makes sense.
So, let's talk about the rules. Right now, Miles, you are piloting as Tommy, the
Yes.
Green Ranger.
Which I don't have control over the Dragonzord.
Dragonzord.
I do over the Megazord. Let's see.
I can change that right now. Boop. Try moving her around now.
There we
Move
go.
this battle robot.
You need to play my theme before I can move. Gotta play that flute.
I can't, but if maybe Tyler can over through his computer.
I posted it in Discord.
I don't think if I have play. Actually, maybe we'll bring it up. No, this isn't working.
Nope.
I can't hear it, so
That's all right.
I doubt stream can. It looks good. Hey, I've got the video up on the stream.
I'm just brilliant.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no! It won't stop! It's unstoppable! I hit pause like 6 times. It just unpaused itself. It's a beast.
I just love that he can play a flute that's a dagger through a metal mouthpiece and have it sound like a digital instrument.
Well, it's a magical flute.
Yeah, and he's playing it like a piccolo or something as well. Anyway, you're operating the Dragonzord, and you are a single occupant mech, which means when you, as a character, spend your full action, you can give that mech a move action and a standard action or a full action. It basically works like you are operating a giant suit of armor, a powered armor, you know. So pretty easy for you. Gets a little more complicated with Drew, Rebecca, and Tyler, and our GM NPC who I'll play. I'll play Billy or whoever we have left. For you guys, whenever you use your full action, you are contributing a standard action to the mech. So there are a number of standard actions that you can do. I'm going to bring up the character sheet, the very bare bones character sheet that I've made up for the Megazord. And we see some things that are pretty standard. SP, it has SP, which actually, I think this is too low. Should be 30. HP, hull points, SP, shield points, and for mechs. And you have an EAC and a KAC. Let's see. There is a damage reduction, a DR for mechs as well. And at the bottom here, I've outlined a couple of attacks. And with this mechs, the way this is operated, you can do, for its upper limbs, a total of 3 attacks. It has in one hand a plasma sword, and in the other hand a spiked shield, and of course that is the power, the sword of power. What is it called, Miles? I didn't look this up.
Just the Mega Sword.
The Mega Sword, obviously, and the shield that is the head of the Black Sword, which is what
It's the mammoth.
Yeah, it's a mammoth. Not all of these are dinosaurs, everybody.
Yeah.
Hold on. So those of us who are co-piloting,
Mm-hmm.
are we designated like one arm, one leg, or?
No, you can actually switch up. So when the Megazord is formed, everyone goes to the helm, the cockpit, basically, of the Megazord. And you can operate different things on different terms. It is very much like Starship Combat, though, in the fact that you have to work together. And, for example, I don't think everyone will be able to use the same sword, like, do 4 sword attacks. But there are other attacks that this thing has.
Like we couldn't all do a sword attack, but if we all contributed enough actions, we could do a full attack with the sword, and then 2 other things if we did it right.
So I'm just going to read from the mech rules real quick. Operators of mechs take full action to pilot a mech, granting it an additional move or standard action that turn. And a mech can perform a full action either in place of a standard action and move, or in place of 2 standard actions. Regardless of its number of actions, a mech can't use more than 2 actions of move each turn. So you guys can double boost this thing, basically to move twice, and then 2 other people do standard actions. 2 standard actions or 1 move and 1 standard can make a full. You can take your move action as a guarded step action, and that is 10 feet without provoking an attack of opportunity. I would highly recommend using your mobility today, as well as your reach. And mind you, your reach is the same as your base height. I've already calculated in the macros what the mech's attacks are. It's very interesting numbers. I want to see how these are kind of made up, but it's 1d20 plus 8 plus 1/5 of the mech's tier, plus the bonuses from its limbs, and then your guys' base attack bonus or ranks in piloting, which happens to all be 8, so it's going to be the same for everybody. But that's like, for you guys in the mech that I made up, it's about a plus 17. I think the Dragon Zord is like plus 16 to hit. And you're going to need that because the monster you're going up against should be impossible for level 8 characters to take on.
Oh, no.
Like I said, you are level 8. It is a CR 14 creature, which is 6 levels above is basically TPK kind of situation. But the way the mech encounters work is you basically add... I'll read it right here. Designing mech encounters. They are powerful, and operating them, mechs appropriate for their level have an average party level 3 levels higher than normal. So now your party level with these 2 mechs is basically 11. So it makes it supposedly possible. We will see.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Jabert just joined the chat. So hi, Jabert. Just wanted to say hey.
Oh, in our stream
Twitch
chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Jabert, you're here in spirit in this cool Megazord art on the side.
So, Patrick, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because there was another part of mech gameplay that we've danced around with, and that's the PP system.
Lots of PP. Big old PPs in this game.
A lot of it.
Yeah, so every mech has a number of power points based on their power core, which is just like the power core of a starship. And if you take a look in the rules here, those start the special mech actions as well as power points explanation on page 13. There's a number of things that you can do, aiming, you can take a 1 PP to add D4 to as an insight bonus to an attack roll. That's kind of an easy one. Devastating hit is a very interesting one, which you might use tonight. 3 PP to basically step your damage up 1 whole level. So, for example, the spiked shield does 5d8 damage, and if you go with a devastating hit, that would boost it up to 5d10 for that one attack, and then it adds 1 additional damage for each damage die rolled on the attack, so you would add an additional 5 on top of that. So it would go 5d10 plus 5 plus your normal bonus for damage. Maneuver is adding a skill. One that's going to be pretty important is replenish. It's 2 PP, and that is bringing your shields back up. You'll probably want to do every round. I'm not going to tell you how to play the game, but your shields are very important. And resist is basically a bonus to a saving throw, same as the aim. There are some, I think especially on the Dragon Sword, if you look at those attack smiles, if you want to throw some in the chat, you can see some of the additional things you can do. The tail attack of the Dragon Sword can heat up and turn into fire damage if it spins fast enough.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, which might be useful because you are fighting Goldar, who is you would think would be a gold dragon. But no, he is indeed a silver dragon and is immune to cold damage, but takes 1.5 times fire damage, which is very useful.
Oh, cool.
Let's start combat here by rolling initiative.
I guess, Patrick, how many power points do we have full, and how many do we gain per
Take a look
turn?
at that character sheet, because I think it might be on there. I think I gave you the highest level Dynamo power core. I think you start with 9.
I could not.
Yeah.
Would I just trying to figure out where
we
you
have
flagged
9
it.
powered points plus 2 per turn, maximum of
Oh, there it is.
18. We also get 9 shield points back per turn, but we can do a surge for initial 2d8 for 2 power.
Ooh, so someone click on the Megazord and roll initiative for the
I'll do it. Maybe.
for the multi-Zords. The initiative is based on the lowest initiative of an operator. It's hilarious that you guys have both rolled 9. Miles is playing as a single character, someone with just one higher initiative than you guys. And I'm going to roll for old Goldar, who also has a +3 and is going after you.
Yes.
I was hoping you would roll like a 9 point.
It's pretty good because I was going to open with a breath attack. So we are starting combat here, and it basically works just like regular, beat 'em up, shoot 'em up kind of Starfinder combat. Miles, you're first. You've got some attacks with the Dragon Zord. You've already played the flute and did the whole sequence of diving
I've hopped in.
the cockpit.
So I've done my little hoo-ha. So he is going to a lot of times they go like when they hop in their little seats. So he's going to do the finger missile barrage.
Oh my goodness. I was so excited when I saw this. So I think you're going to like this because it actually does work very similar to Magic Missile. You can pick, I think, up to 4 barrages, but each one will make the attacks less accurate. Does that make sense?
And I also have a video of the missile barrage if you'd like.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, send it to the chat. We'll pop this in too. Why not?
Okay. Because you did a really, really good job of putting in things that were actual attacks of the Dragon Zord.
Well, yeah, this is in the playtest rules. Bloop. I actually watched that video earlier today. He shoots little missiles out of his fingertips, and let's go to the.
That's great.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh goodness, this weapon is on page 22 of the playtest. Missile battery. This array of micro missiles fires in devastating salvos. So, range 200 feet. You're within range. It is fire and piercing damage. It is low damage, so it's like some of the least damage you can do. But when making a full attack, which you can do right now, standing still, you can fire 2, 3, or 4 missiles. And it takes a minus 3, a minus 4, or a minus 5 penalty for each of them, depending on how many you want to fire. So how many you want to fire starting off?
Miles is gonna get greedy immediately.
I think you
What?
I think you can just fire.
That's 8, Drew. There you go. That's better.
I think you just fire 1 with no penalty if you want to do that.
I can fire 1 with no penalty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And
Okay,
this,
well we'll start off simple. I was really tempted to just do all of them.
this does have a capacity of 12 though. So once you're out of those missiles, you got to spend some time to like re-equip, basically.
All right, so here we go.
You should just stop in the
Yeah,
middle
listen-
of the fight
listen
and be
to-
like,
listen
you
to
got this
Wraith.
Megazord, I'm reloading.
Listen to Wraith. Live your best life.
Yes, natural toot. Natural 2 on the dice
no.
is a miss, even with this thing flat-footed, which it is. Goldar coming down, and those missiles explode behind him very spectacularly. I'm sorry, Miles. You should have gone.
It's okay.
You should have got greedy. Let's.
I should have gotten greedy.
If you just wanted to do that as a standard action, you can, and still make a move right now. You're a little fleeter, a little faster than the Megazord with, I think, a movement of 60 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna pop down. I think to join my cohort.
Okay. And if you take a look here, I have a whole host of coins, and I have these just representing your guys' power points.
Okay.
If there's nothing you want to do with your power points this turn, you actually have a maximum capacity of 18. So bloop bloop, you get 2 more.
Oh, cool.
I think that is smat.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I really need to do with my PowerPoints this time.
No. Okay.
Oh, Miles, I just realized we grouped together for the breath attack. The best strategy ever employed.
Well, you guys can change that right now. So, Drew, Tyler, and Rebecca, and me. I'm in there too with you as Billy or Trini or whoever else is in the Zord. We have a move and 3 actions to do if we're spending our full action, I believe. What would you guys like to do?
And just so you guys know, I'm trying to track that. I think we can all see if we click on it our HP, SP, and PP, which they may need to change that name.
No way, PP forever.
I see 114, 30, and 9.
Yeah, just so we can track that as we go, because we're going to be probably spending more than Miles is. So,
yeah.
So I was going to say, channeling Zinnia, I feel like we should scan the target, learn some information about it.
Well, I've told you. I mean, you guys have, as Power Rangers, fought Goldar many a time, and you know that the sword is probably the best.
We fought Goldar like 400 times.
But you have a cranial
Are you ancient
laser.
Jason? Are you Jason after turning 86?
This is what Jason sounds like.
You can also.
He chokes all his words out.
Snapper, I'm gonna come over
This is what he sounds like.
The stream is never going to be done. You also have a cranial laser, which shoots fire damage, which you know to be very effective. So it's up to you guys.
Yeah, it's less effective than the sword. I kind of want to just jump at it and swing a sword, but that's my style. So.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of that.
All right.
Do you want to just like start out with a devastating hit?
Yes, I do, baby.
All right, let's just do it. Yeah, let's just move up, and we have a 20-foot reach. So I'd say get 20 feet away. But if we can position ourselves so that we're not gonna take the flame, like the breath weapon.
Yeah, like if we can go south of it, maybe.
So you guys can actually spend 1 move action. You have a 30-foot reach.
Even better.
As a colossal creature or whatever.
And are these squares 5 feet or 10 feet or what?
Yeah, just 5 foot.
Yeah, they're 5.
So you can move your
here.
you're 40 feet, and that's going to be Trini's action down there in the yellow leg. Trini and Billy pumping you along. So go ahead and move. Bloop.
Like that.
I'll move the turn order, and you can make a full attack now with 2 of your standard actions, and with I will show you the arms we have selected, the upper limbs for the Megazord. You have Assault Arms. As a dual strike, you can spend 1 PP to make a full attack with 2 different weapons mounted on your arms. You attack twice with one of those weapons and once with the other, -4 penalty to these attacks. If you want to do that right now, that will take 2 of your standard actions, and you can attack twice. Twice with the plasma sword and once with the shield. Just jab and jab, but -4 to these attacks.
I mean, the sword is better than the shield. The shield would certainly be helpful to deflect with, but can we do that in this turn if we're attacking?
Not if we full attack.
I don't think if you attack with it, you can also... the shield is on page... Oh, goodness gracious. Spike Shield, page 22. As a move action, so you can spend a standard as a move, you can position the shield to give you a bonus to your armor class. And then as a reaction, double your hardness against a incoming attack. But that is... Mm-hmm.
And we talked about doing a devastating hit. I just want to make sure that I'm clarifying this ruling.
Mm-hmm.
After hitting the creature with an attack, but before dealing damage. So we don't have to spend that PP unless we hit.
Yep, that is correct. So you guys can also just keep using standard actions to attack with the sword as well if you want.
Okay, so we have moved. We now have 3 standards. Am I getting that right?
I believe so.
Okay, I feel like I'm playing Pathfinder. I'm confused. All right, so...
So we can do 1 full attack and 1 standard, or 1 full action and 1 standard action, or we can do 3 standard actions.
I believe so, yeah.
Huh, okay.
But that's, I guess, the thing that doesn't make sense. Why would we do a full attack with the sword when we could just do 3 standard attacks with the sword?
Oh, I think the attacks would have to be with different items.
That's right.
Which
because
is why
we could do the full attack with the sword, but we can't do 3. We could only do 1 sword, 1 shield, 1 other thing.
Correct.
Yeah, kick, punch, whatever, hurl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I want to throw a car at this thing.
There's
there a
boulders
car?
out here.
Yeah, I definitely want to use hurl at some point. Not this round. Not this round. But
So-
we're hurling
I
something.
think for right now, let's come in strong with the sword.
Oh, something just has to be 2 size categories lower for us to hurl it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon Zord is 2 size categories lower, right?
Technically.
Yes! We can throw the Dragon Zord!
So we know our finishing move before we
know the
even hit this
finishing
thing.
move! Oh, it's gonna be great!
Fastball special does not exist in this universe. Right, Miles?
I agree.
Yay. Okay, give me...
All right, so
Give
let's
me
come in with our
your action.
sword. Are we going to do a full attack with the sword, or...
Well, like I said, you can do a full attack with the sword, 2 attacks with the sword, and 1 with the shield, and basically have the same penalty, -4 penalty with it. So
Okay.
Let's just do that. I don't feel like we need to use our shield defensively right now.
And that is 2 standard actions. So basically each of you can make one of these attacks if you'd like. So who wants to roll the first one?
I'll go first, and if it hits, we intend to use devastating.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Hit,
So we're using 1 PP to do this attack, right?
Are we?
Yes, it takes 1 to activate the upper limb arms.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I'm just going to put this one down here.
All right. Here we go. Oh, I should have done -4 on that. I did not.
It's
So
okay. We can figure it out.
did it go through?
I mean, it's working on it.
Give Roll20 a break. It's got a lot of people playing.
I mean,
It's dealing with a lot of
it's a
mechs.
Monday for roll
There it
22.
There it goes. All right, that's an 18 with the -4.
Yeah, that's a
You
wide
rolled 5
miss.
on the dice.
A terrible
You rolled 5 on
miss.
the dice.
I'm sorry.
Who wants to roll
okay.
better?
I
Drew?
want to roll a sword.
Yeah.
A sword deal.
I'm
So
a
it's
shield guy myself.
Are you playing Zach, Tyler?
I am.
Well, yeah, that's it. You're the shield man.
I know. It's super appropriate. I like everything in Zach's kit. I like shields. I like axes. I think that's what he uses.
Yeah. All right, Drew, give us another roll for the plasma sword. That 5 on the dice won't do. Oh boy. Oh
Better.
geez.
32 to hit.
19 on the dice will work. That is a hit. So it is time for. You're actually going to re-roll damage if you want to use the 3 power points right now.
Yes.
Boop,
So-
move these over here. Go ahead and just roll 5. Oh wait, no.
5d10.
It's
plus
normally
21.
5d10, right? Yeah, it's normally
Right.
5d10. So we got to go to the rules because I forgot how to boost that up.
It's a weapon that already deals.
But I wanted to
extreme
show
damage.
the damage
Oh, I
tables
see, I
here.
see.
So you guys are a tier 9, tier 10 for the Mega Sword. Boop. Tier 10 weapon, tier 9 mech. And 5d10 goes to 5d12. So go ahead
okay.
and roll 5d12 plus 5 and plus 16. So roll 5d12 for me, Drew. Ooh.
Oh, that's actually
Wow.
lower. So that's 36 on the D12.
Yes, but that's plus 21,
Plus-
so
Yeah.
So 57.
50.
So better.
Yeah, I can do math too. 57. That is a great hit, a great blow, as that is going to get past. This thing has some damage reduction, this dragon, and half of this damage, 20, we'll call it 23 points of it, is going to be, no, more than that, a lot more than that. 28 points of it is going to be fire damage, and that's going to be multiplied by 1.5, as it is weak to fire. So it's 57 plus 19. I can't do math. Guys, I can't do math ever.
That's
76.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you needed that because this thing is very mean. Very mean. And it gets to go next. Let's see if you can get another attack in here. Tyler, give us that shield smash.
All right. I'll do my best. Oh, minus 40? Please don't.
No, just a minus 4 to this.
Okay. Well, I didn't roll well, so ignore.
no.
I mean, typical.
6 on the dice.
Those
All right.
dice did not roll, like, just rolled the
They're
outline.
black dice.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what
That's
you
what
got
happens
rolled.
when-
Your roll was so bad, Tyler, that the black dice came in.
They're themed to your Zord.
I
as
know. It's
Okay.
perfect.
We are one standard action away from your guys' turn being done. What would you like to do now?
Let me see. What else are our little
So
standard actions?
we only have 3 PP left. So we have to be probably.
You have
we'll-
5.
Wait, we have 5?
5 PP left. Yeah, you start with 9.
Oh,
Can we hurl a rock at it?
You can. You can also shoot
Oh, that's
your.
a full action. That's, not a
full
standard.
action.
Never
You can
mind.
shoot your
let's-
cranial laser.
Oh, could do that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
We're just opening up with like a full assault.
and that
I'm
thing
telling
is
you,
full
it's-
fire damage.
It's
so.
gonna be needed because this thing is mean.
Yeah.
This dragon.
Especially the way we swung at the thing.
Yeah.
a
Rebecca,
minute
why
ago.
don't you? Do we have to roll? We have to roll for the cranial thing, right?
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Go
Yeah,
right
you can
ahead.
roll.
Here we go.
Drew can roll the next.
Are there any
laser.
modifiers to this? Like no negatives?
don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope. This is the first time this is being used. So. Ooh yeah.
Hey,
34
that's
on that.
better.
17 on the dice. That is a hit, and 31 points of damage. Is that right?
Yep.
That is
Fire
correct.
damage.
So fire damage. I'm adding 15, so 46.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
Love it.
That was a better roll. Much better.
Thank you.
Already.
Tried.
And believe it or not, after one turn, this dragon is bloodied. Goldar is bloodied. But don't worry,
Oh, okay.
he'll
We just need
get you
one-
back.
one more good turn.
He'll get you right
No.
back. It's his
No.
turn, and he is going to fly up above you. Goldar has wings. And how close does he need to get? Boop. Boop. he cannot guarded step in, so he's going to have to move. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from you. So you can make an attack with any of these weapons. I would recommend the sword. Who wants
go for it.
Who wants to take the attack?
I'll do it. So do we spend PP to make attacks of opportunity?
No, you actually just get one reaction per turn.
That's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, very nice. He's actually... Yeah, we'll
And no negatives to this roll, right?
Nope. Not to my knowledge.
Roll20's not used to dealing with this many dice, I think.
I know
Yeah.
hearing this many dice hit the digital table is
It's a big
Flustering.
macro, folks.
oh no.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Only
that damage. Oh, that damage was so good.
Only 26 to hit.
26. Okay, let's get my notes up here for this creature. Now, this is going against its EAC, but unfortunately, that is a miss against EAC. Oh, it's a beefy
60
boy.
Would have been 60 points of damage before the extra fire.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, that is like one of the best damage rolls ever. Holy, free holy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I should have said at the end of turn you get 2 points back to PB. Got that big old PB. And as Goldar moves in, he's going to swing his huge sword at you. Which for the rules of the adult dragon, this is going to be his like maximized bite attack, doing piercing damage. But this is going to be against your KAC still, and actually, if I roll this one, oh, that was damage. Multi attack. Flew.
Oh no!
I've
Well,
rolled
that's a hit.
a 16 on the dice. Yeah, it's actually a little bit more than this because he's only making a single attack. 36 in total. I think that's actually 42 in total. And I actually have to roll this damage double, so I'm going to do that now.
Oh gosh.
It's 66 plus 22 damage. So I'm just going to add these d6 to it.
Oh, I see. What you're saying.
It is 44 points of damage from this attack. Let me just make sure I've got that right.
That's going to take all of our shields and
Well,
some.
we've got a little bit of DR, but this is piercing damage, isn't it?
It is, but the DR will apply. So we're subtracting. What did I say the total was? 44?
Yes.
Subtracting 6 from that. Boom. You're down to 38. And your shields are taken down completely by that attack. And you're taking 8 points of HP, whole point damage.
All right.
But that is Goldar's full attack. He doesn't have multiple people inside his brain telling him what to do. So, once again,
Thank goodness.
one of the things the mechs kind of have as a bonus is you can, spend 2 actions and just like flank around someone or move away as an action. And anyway, that is going to be turn 1. Turn 2, we're back to you, Miles, with the Dragon Zord.
Okie dokie. I was going to ask you. What is the Dragon Zord's reach?
It's not 70.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as your height. And
I have. You said. What's my speed? It didn't show up on here.
I believe 60.
60. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Okay. So that would be. I'll pop up over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I am gonna fire 3 missiles.
So to do more than one, you would have to
I
stand
can't move.
still. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just.
But
I'll just fire
that's
the
fine. You have a range of 300.
So I'll just fire the 1.
Okay. Moving and firing. Ooh, Miles.
Oh, God, I did it again.
Another natural toot.
Toot, toot,
Wow.
kaboom!
Toots in chat.
Toots in chat.
Toots
Toots in chat.
That's what you hate to see it.
Let's go on to Megazord. times and probably don't need a move action, but you can spend one if you want.
I mean,
Or-
we salvoed this individual and bloodied him.
Mhm.
I mean, I would say we just salvo again. We do get some shields back this turn.
Shouldn't we replenish? Is that worth the 2 PP to replenish the shields and get an extra 1d8?
I don't think so. We get 2d8 automatically.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the 2d8 and figure out. No, we get 9. We get 9 back.
You get your
Oh, it's
tier
2d8
back
on a
in
surge.
shield. Yeah. If you want to
2d8 on a
spend the
surge.
PP,
That's
you
right,
get
that's right.
2d8. Yeah, plus 9 basically. So that's up to
9
you
is fine.
guys.
I think we're okay because he hit us with his single strongest attack. It took out our shields. It hurt, but we're out doing him on the damage race.
Yeah.
So I think if we roll, and we had 2 misses. So if we go all in and we roll well, asterisk.
So you want to do what we
everywhere.
did last time and hit it with the sword and
I think we should actually do two sword attacks. And then
You can
the cranial
do,
laser if we can.
You could do a full
And then-
attack with the cranial laser as well.
Yeah, I think the only thing we should do differently is instead of hitting them with the shield, we should raise the shield. We should
Yeah.
raise the shield.
Raise
just
it to
try
defend.
deflect.
Mhm.
Use the deflect thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about first action. You want to do the shield first?
Yeah, because that's a move action. Can't that just be our move action?
Yes, it will be one of the 4 kind of things that you add in here. So that could be, once again, Trini, using the move action to give you a +1 shield bonus to AC and reflex saves. And then you can use that reaction if you get hit. So
Okay.
that's one. Now you got 3 more standard actions.
So we may not be able to afford a devastating hit and still be able to do everything.
That's okay. I mean, even if we're hitting with the fire weapons anyway, I mean, I think we're all right. You don't think we'll have
So-
the 3 PP?
We might. So we don't. I'm trying to remember what we spend PP on and what we don't spend PP on. I keep having to look down.
We spend it on devastating.
You spent on devastating. You spent 1 if you wanted to do the full upper arm attack, but that just gives you 1 extra attack. So it's up to you. If you want to do a full attack with sword, he's weak to fire, so taking a little more damage from.
I would just do that in the cranial.
I think we
laser.
should. I think we should do that.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So
Someone make me that first one.
Tyler, you make a sword attack. You haven't done one of those yet. This is
Oh,
going to be bad. We're going to
you-
crash roll 20
Yeah,
doing this.
you've chosen so poorly. This is Drew's greatest mistake right here.
I
Am
believe
taking
in
a
you, Tyler.
-4 on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tyler, if you fail on this, I will never forget it because I believe in you. I've put my
Sweet. I hope you have a long.
the black
memory.
dice again.
17 though. That's the I don't know why black dice show up that way. That's hilarious. I
Ooh,
want
boy.
this forever.
Yeah,
And only for you.
you needed that 17 with the -4. That is a hit.
All right. Oh my gosh, look at all these ones in my damage roll. But it's 30 points.
Well, we could add the devastating. We could add the devastating and reroll the damage.
Yeah, you're technically supposed to,
Just
like
add it
in the rules before damage is
Declare
done.
it.
Yeah, just the way this macro goes.
Yeah, that's a little meta to
don't do it
make
for
that
me.
call.
Don't do it on my roll. Do it for somebody's roll whose matters, which is not mine.
But you've hit, which is why we can
Yes.
can do it here.
It matters.
Yes. So
I'm taking that 30. We're moving on. Someone else get that.
All right.
And feel free
I'll
to
go.
just
All right. So
feel free to
is
just
this
roll a
another
d20.
sword?
Yeah, if you want to use the boosted attack.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can just do a 20.
do you want me to do that?
It's up to you.
I can do that. It's a +17 to our attack, right?
Plus
Plus-
15 with the
plus
-4.
17 -4, so plus
Or-
13.
Plus
Oh,
13.
right. So +13.
Yep. And I will.
Oh no, a 3 on the dice.
Oh no, that is
That's
going
not
to be.
good.
That is going to be a miss. 2 standard actions down. Cranial laser.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
All right, go right ahead.
Oh, evil robot. I'm aware of why the just shh, it's our secret.
What?
I'm just talking to chat. You roll your dice, Drew.
He changed
Tyler
his
color to
color
black.
and rolled 20, and that's why his dice are black.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why can't we see the numbers on them? That's the question.
Because they're typically black numbers. So.
Really?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
That's
Yeah,
so weird.
They don't turn into white numbers for a black color, so you just can't see anything.
Hilarious.
Crazy.
I made it black because
Your
I'm Zach, and then this was a fun.
All right, what you got here, Drew?
Only a 26. It's a 9 on the dice.
Oh,
That is a miss.
Oh,
What a
no.
Against EAC of this dragon. Okay, I was worried this is going to be the shortest playtest ever, but I get to go again, which means
we have a cranial laser, right?
that's what you just did.
I just
Yeah.
did the cranial.
Pay
laser.
attention, Tyler.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Sorry.
This dragon is about to pronk you guys up. You did not use your shields, right? You didn't boost them back up.
No.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. We're gonna need that dragon sword to save you from here, because the full attack. Oh my gosh, the full attack is so crazy. It gets a bite attack, 2 claws, and a tail slap, aka a wing slap. And this is the multi-attack that I've got a macro for, so let me roll. First one. What is your guys' KAC? What's it say on the...
30.
All right. I'm rolling plus 20s here, so...
So it's 30, but we've got a little bit with the shield.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That adds plus 1, so 31.
Oh, good.
31.
Yeah, that might help here.
It could help. He's taking negatives here, so yeah, that's a fail.
First attack's a 7, fail. Ooh, second attack is an 11.
Just enough.
Just a hit.
Wow.
Third
no.
So
attack.
hold on. As a reaction, we can double our hardness against the attack, right? Is that something we want to do?
Yeah, I will spoil things. Its damage is the same for all these, so I'll just go through the attacks and see what happens. A 9 on the third attack is a miss, and a 19 on the fourth. I've got 2 hits coming at you right now.
That's okay. That's okay. It wasn't 4 hits.
Do you want to spend that reaction now?
Oh, I feel like we should, right?
Yeah. What else are we going to spend it on, right?
Yeah.
Good point. Okay, so that doubles your hardness for the next hit. So 12 hardness. Let me roll this damage. 32 points of damage, so knocking 12 off that, down to 20. And then,
All right.
boom, your shield's gone. And 11 more points of hull damage.
That's not bad.
No, you're only at, 19 hull point damage? But another attack's coming at you right now.
This one's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
If you could roll all ones, I would love you.
33 points of hull point damage. Oh, that's going to be a critical for whatever this is called.
Don't say it like it's a happy thing.
This is a system failure. We're going back to the playtest rules, page 14. When you take 2/3 of your hit points or hull points damage, and then when you go down to 1/3, and I believe for your guys's, I did the math earlier, it's 38 HP for the Megazord. So when you get past 38 HP, you are taking a system failure on. Someone roll a D20 for me, and we'll go through the rules together, because I honestly haven't read these very.
If we do, is it better
I'll
to
give
roll
it-
low? Because then I should. Okay, well she's got it.
12.
12. This is the frame, so this is like the chest portion of the mech.
Oh,
Isn't that where we are?
You're in the
Yeah.
helm.
Oh, okay.
For,
which is the
yeah,
chest,
for
I
the
believe.
mech rules. I'm not sure what it is in Power Rangers.
Oh.
Styles. Sorry. Yeah, there's actually there's rules if the helm gets hit, like your characters take damage as they're like jostled around. But no, the
no.
frame, a mech with a malfunctioning frame takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls with weapons mounted in frame slots, and halves the
okay.
mech's hardness. So
Oh, that sucks.
yeah.
So it just went from 6 to 3.
Correct. If you get hit in the frame again, it goes from malfunctioning to inoperable, and that's bad. So right now, your frame has got a -2 penalty to that. Technically, the cranial laser is in the frame. I'm sorry to confuse things further with Power Rangers rules, but
Wow.
that is where the laser is located. You can't put like stuff, weapons in the the skull. But -2 to attacks with that, halves the hardiness. You can spend 2 PP on a turn to ignore a malfunctioning condition. So if you want on your next turn, you can just pretend like that's, it's kind of like patching the system, but basically makes it so it doesn't affect you. That is turn 2. We're on to turn 3. Miles, you gotta get up in this higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah, so
Be a hero.
Is it time for a finger? Oh no, it's melee time. You say, huh?
Yeah. He's gonna go for the fire slashing tail drill.
Oh yeah.
Deal.
Now
We have a video for this
I
too.
think you got to spend the PP for the devastating hit, right? If you do hit, you've got a lot of PP left.
Yeah, then I'll spend the PP.
I think it's just 1. Let's go to the rules, and I forget exactly what weapon this is. I think it.
And we're flanking now, right?
I made this sword
I hope
whip,
so.
right? Is that what
Sword whip.
Sword whip, yes.
Yes, whip mode. As a swift action, the mech reconfigures the sword whip to form a solid blade into a fiery, shearing lash for 1 round. In this form, the sword whip gains reach and trip, and the burn critical hit effect. In combination, it deals fire and slashing damage. So just 1 PP. Go ahead and make that attack, Miles.
Oh right. And now am I flanking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Flanking
Awesome.
still works
And,
like normal.
If you roll the d20 instead, we can then do the devastating hit damage if we need
Yeah,
to.
just roll D20. We'll see what happens.
Okey-dokey.
I believe.
10.
10 on the dice. Just with flanking, that will be enough. Spoiler warnings, the KAC is 29, so
Oh man.
I had, I think
Squeaked on by.
Huzzah for the bare minimum. Huzzah!
Okay, so
so-
go ahead. So it does have DR, so the slashing will be a little bit less, but if half of it's fire now, you'll be doing a little more damage. Go ahead and just roll the macro, and we'll get the damage going.
All right.
So,
And
but he did a devastating hit. So what's the step up here?
Well, if you want to spend 3 power points now,
I do.
that sure. What's the normal damage? Do you see in the macro?
Hold on, let me pop it up.
If you tail whip
I can
this
look it
thing
up,
to
too.
death, that would make
4d8 with 15 damage mods on it.
okay.
I believe 48 is going to go to 4d10.
Wow.
No, 48 goes to 5d8. Sorry. So you roll 5d8 and add
15.
I
Tw-
believe it's 16 for the Dragon Zord. So add 21. 5d8 plus 21.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Dragon Zord has like 1 less strength than you guys.
Gotcha.
5.
All right.
5d10, you said?
D8.
8.
D8 plus
those
21.
I wanna see those big numbers.
Yes, and this is one of the things that makes it more squad based here.
Ugh.
I'm glad they didn't use that damage or attack roll. All right, so
So 37.
37. Okay. So about 18 of that is going to be the fire damage, which means I'm adding another 9 to that. So 27. And I can tell you after his DR is taking about 35 points of damage and is still up.
Awesome.
All right. That is
Okay.
Doing math here on my scratch
That's
piece of
okay.
paper, folks.
that's
Oh,
all
it takes so long. All right, on to Megazord turn. You guys got to finish this because I swear to you, I will destroy your mech if I get to use this breath weapon. I will absolutely.
Please no.
So I
annihilate
think
it.
we do need to. So do we get 2 SP back or PP? Excuse me.
We do.
And we get
9
we
shield
get
points.
9 shield points.
Boop.
So
I would
we need to replenish.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to double attack. We need to try to get a devastating hit.
Boop.
And
So I'm gonna roll 2d8 for the first the replenish action.
As we're using. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Bam.
Who's rolling?
Anybody, even
I will.
Miles.
go ahead, Rebecca.
Yep.
Okay, 2d8 is 7.
So add that to
Oh, very
your
good.
SP. 2 PP to replenish.
Okay, so that's one of our standard actions. So we still have 3 standard actions left,
And a move. Right?
I don't think
or 2
any
standards
of-
and a move.
I don't think any of these take actions. The PowerPoint abilities. They're just
Yeah,
extras that you can do.
Yeah, replenish
Oh.
just happens when you regain shield points, which happens
So
every
if you
turn,
want to
so-
burn a PP to aim, devastating hit, all these are just kind of like little bonuses that you throw on.
I think we need to for the sword attacks. It's just 1 PP. We're going to burn through most of our PP doing this, but if we don't, we did.
Wait, so what are you saying we need to...
So there's
Spend
the
our PP on?
aim. It takes 1 PP, but you add 1d4 to as an insight bonus to the attack roll.
Yeah.
given the way we've been rolling attack rolls.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So are you doing a full attack with a sword?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Roll a someone roll a d20 and a d4.
And we'll be applying devastating hit to this as well, I'm assuming.
I'll do it.
If
do it
it
after.
hits, we will.
If it hits.
Go
But
ahead,
I'm
Rebecca.
I'm just announcing it out loud.
All right, so a d4 first. Yeah.
Sure. All
Uh,
right. 2.
Okay.
Two,
pretty good.
boom.
So basically, you have now negated the negative because you are flanking, and you've got a +2. So just add 17 to your next d20.
Yep.
Oh no. It's almost a 19.
It nearly. It should have been 3 on the dice. Oh man,
It's only a 20.
that
Only a
is
20.
way a miss. Oh boy.
Can we have a book reroll?
Season.
Well, I guess it'd be a
reroll.
22, but that's also a miss, right?
Alpha 5 says, ay, 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 ay.
Yeah, no. The 2 was in replace of.
Oh,
negative
we already
side.
added that in.
Negative,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Well,
Okay.
Drew, can you do better?
Need that
Alright,
sword
so-
hit. Need it bad.
So I'm gonna aim. I can't move the PP. I'm gonna aim again.
Boom. Dropping one down here.
So this is now going to be negated. We're 20 plus 17, right?
Well, no, you gotta
Yep.
roll a d4.
Yeah, roll the d4, and if
Oh,
you roll a
that's
2,
right,
it'll
sorry.
be negated. You can get even more. Ooh, no.
No,
no,
just
you
a
did worse.
1. Great,
So-
great.
So
Roll it-
-1 to this roll.
Roll a d20, it's plus 16. And I'll tell you, that EAC you're trying to hit here is 28.
28, Drew.
28.
Very reachable.
All right, this is just gonna be a flat D20.
You did it. 12 on the dice. You did it.
Nice.
Plus,
Barely.
Plus 6.
Yeah, barely.
18.
Like that's literally the minimum
Oh,
you had to roll.
boy. All right. 3 of your remaining 4 PP to
Yep.
max damage this thing. So go ahead and
Yes.
roll. What did we say it was?
5D.
5d12.
5d12 plus. Oh man, I can't remember.
There's so much math in these.
It's plus 22.
Plus,
Plus
Oh.
22.
Yeah. So it's plus 1 for each of the dice that you roll, and then your regular strength damage, which is plus 17. Go ahead and roll that, Drew. And
All right. Come on, d12s.
Okay, roll
That-
20. Come on.
The first set.
The first
The
set
first
is
set.
29.
29 plus 22. Give me that math. I'm doing other math here.
That'd be
51, right?
51.
Okay. Let's see how many hit points I have left.
That doesn't include his weakness. So
Ooh, no. Oh, no. He is still up after that.
Oh no! Do we have cranium? Do we still have cranium?
You have a cranial laser, but right now it is malfunctioning, and you don't have the power points to left
but
to.
It's just a
-2
-2 to it, right?
It is a -2.
go
So
for it.
basically, that's negated by the flanking right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm rolling a d20 plus what 17, right? I'm just gonna roll a d. I rolled a 4.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 4.
Oh no.
No. Oh no.
Oh no! It's time to take out this Megazord.
We are terrible
Hold
mech
on, do we
operators.
have
we
our-
deserve to die.
We don't have our shield up though, right?
do.
We're not deflecting. We are.
We do.
Okay.
You.
That was our move action.
Okay.
Yes, and it does not take a PowerPoint. All right, so at the end of the turn, you get 2 more back. Boop, you're at 3. And this, you shouldn't have let Goldar have this this last turn. I need someone on Team Megazord to make me a reflex save.
At a +1 bonus.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Should we be letting Rebecca do these things? To be honest,
Was it
she's roll.
22?
Oh no! Why,
Oh,
Rebecca?
boy.
Why have you abandoned us with your?
Do y'all
goddamn
not know
roll?
how to roll? Come on.
I forgot all about the dragon's frightful presence, which I was going to make you guys do. But where is... Have I written down its breath attack? No. Let me go back to Archive of Nethys. Breath attack DC... DC 22 half. You just made it, Rebecca.
Oh,
That
my
shield is
God.
taking up a lot of this damage. You're
Oh,
not going to
man.
like how much damage this is. Let me just get that out of the way
No,
first things first.
no, these breath weapons are so bad.
This goes past your DR, so don't even worry about that. There's no way
How much
to,
else do we have right now?
62, is that right?
62 and 16 on the shields. So.
Oh, okay. So you got some.
yeah.
This is
78.
15d8.
Okay.
15d8. Let's see what the dice say. It'll take roll 20 a little. So many dice. 60 points of cold damage.
Hot ham water.
Oh, you guys are
And there
still
are-
up. Boo.
Yeah, barely. There are a lot of 2s and 1s in there. I'm very happy to see those.
15d8. Shields are gone. Do that math, but I can tell you it's already going past one more system failure. So why don't Drew or Tyler, you roll me a d20 this time.
I can do that.
Yeah, I'm doing math. Hang on.
I've rolled an 18.
18 is the power core has been damaged. The rate
That's
at
okay,
which
we've got the
a
dragon
mech
sword.
with a malfunctioning power core gains lost shields and power points is halved.
Oh no.
That's okay. We got the Dragon Sword. Dragon Sword's got this.
Oh
This
no.
is all we've just set up Miles for the great finish.
Okay, he's
Actually,
gonna
it's
save
waiting.
us
Typically,
all.
this is the point in a Power Rangers episode where the others will come to save today. However, this is not a Power Rangers episode.
So good news and bad
And
news.
you've rolled 2 2s.
Good news is that will take effect on your turn, but right now you also lose 1d4 power points. I'm gonna roll that too. So
Rip.
just one. Just one's gone.
One.
That was important. That we needed that. If he had
Okay.
rolled all of them, that would have been very bad.
Down to
Would've been
18 whole points on the Megazord. Turn 4, Miles. They need you. They need you bad here.
Okay.
Goldar's
Well,
looking-
he's gonna flee.
Very hurt.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
I just
Miles, come back!
I'm teasing.
I just want to remind everybody that Tommy was the evil Power Ranger for a little while.
Well, he's under a spell.
So you're within melee range, and if you want, you can do a full attack.
Okay. And also at that point, every single Power Ranger's been evil at least once. First of all, I'm going to use a PowerPoint or a PP, whatever, to aim.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll d4.
Alright.
So that's +2.
All right. If you
Which
want to
would
do
be
a full
plus
attack at this point, it will basically be negated by the aiming and the flanking.
And I also want to announce the intention of doing a devastating hit.
Okay,
All
we're
right.
setting up.
Miles,
we're setting up.
Based on the last time that I put my hopes and dreams into a person and how it worked, I do not put my hopes and dreams in you. I don't believe in you, Miles. I don't believe
fine.
in you.
What attack do you want to do?
I think I want to stick with the
Tail.
tail. Yeah, because it's got fire damage.
The little end of it is whirring so fast it gets red hot.
I do have a question. Can I spend another point to aim again? Or is it just once per round?
That's a great question. Cled, I have no idea.
Because it only says before attempting an attack roll, the mech can activate this ability.
I think you can.
It's per attack.
None of these abilities can be applied to the same check more than once, but that's technically 2 attacks because it's a full
I would
action.
say no. That's
okay. That's fine. I was genuinely curious.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an insight bonus, so they do not stack. But I would say, I would allow people to burn PP if they had it and to try to get the best chance possible. But,
I think +4 would be better than +2.
Yeah, well, you would think that.
Well, you are flanking, so you technically do have a +4 right now, but
it's true.
But like I said, it's just negated. Go ahead and roll that D20.
Okay,
you got this.
No!
Oh my!
Third time?
Unbelievable! I have
Toots in the chat. If I don't see him, it doesn't count.
Toots in chat.
My.
So does a 6 hit?
No, Miles. No. But you're doing a full attack with it, yeah. So make that second attack and roll better than a 2.
Yeah. I mean,
7 on the dice isn't gonna do it either. Oh, I thought the Dragon Zord was gonna be the ace in the hole.
I tried to temper expectations before I went, so it's on y'all.
Megazord has a final chance here, guys.
Hear me out.
2 power points.
I want to hurl Goldar into the ground, like spike Goldar like a football as like our finishing move. We can do this. Goldar is small enough. We just have to make a grapple check.
I was about to say you can. That is against his KAC +8. So.
Yeah, so we'd have to roll. His KAC is 29, so we would have to roll a 37.
I'll allow you to do it with your shield action if you want.
Yes.
Can we use aim?
Yeah.
Okay, before we do this,
No, this is what Tyler wants to do, Drew. Don't take it away from him.
Yes. Don't. How dare you, sir? Okay, so I'm gonna roll aim. So let me do a D4.
He's beginning to
Maximum.
believe, folks.
Okay,
He's
yes.
beginning to believe.
Yes, here we go. Max on the
The
D4.
critics have
So we're
been
getting
stunned.
a +4 here. Now I just got to roll, which means our total bonus is now 21, right? So what do I need to roll? What do I need to roll? 21 to 36.
No,
To hit 37?
23 because you're flanking.
Oh, 23. Yeah, even better.
Oh.
1d20 plus 23 for the Hail Mary grab. I rolled a 7.
Oh, you needed a
Dang it!
14 or higher on that one.
It was such a doable thing.
It was very doable.
All right, Drew, kill it with a sword.
Nah.
Be lame.
how many PP do we have? Can I aim with this, or are we
2.
out of that?
No, you have one because
Yeah.
Tyler just used one.
Oh, you have 1? Yeah. Go
Okay,
for it.
at
Use
least we get. No, we only get 4 SP back this time.
That's fine. You think of it this way: back is against the wall. Either you use the sword and we win, or we lose. No pressure.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely destroying the Megazord on my turn. It's full attack time, baby. He's weakened your power core. He's weakened
But
your frame.
he's not going to get that turn, Drew.
So are we
Shoot your hopes
full
and
attacking?
dreams. No, we can't full attack. We don't have enough PP to full attack.
No, you,
Oh, okay.
you can. It's 2 standard actions. You've got that.
Oh, okay.
It is a minus
yeah.
4, but you know.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, just do 1 sword attack. Drew,
Yeah,
take it.
I don't think it has. I don't think he has enough hit points that we need a full attack. I think
Oh
we just
no, he
need
does
one
not have.
solid connection.
He does not have many hit points. At
Viewing audience, I can't do this with looking at it.
all. Oh goodness.
All right. Here we go. Come on, roll 20. Have you clicked, Drew?
I did.
Did you click submit?
I'll click again.
It's gonna come up twice.
Yeah, it is.
Roll 20 is like, I want to create the tension. We got to extend this tension.
Right?
Will
20 is
Drew
like-
connect? Will the Megazord bring down the mighty Goldar? Or will the
Next
Dragonzord
time.
have to pick up the slack?
Oh.
Next time on
Yeah, no.
Mighty Morphin
Goldar is going.
Power Ranger.
Goldar's going to attack the Megazord and then turn his attention to the Dragonzord.
Miles has gotten out all his trash rolls. He's
Is
powering
this
up. He's
thing
going to go
doing
ultra
anything?
instant.
Drew
I
just
love how
roll-
you have this.
Oh,
this
oh, there it
you
is.
go.
There it is. You did it!
Plus 17, plus 2 for flanking. Just did it. Just barely hit it.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Oh my goodness. 28 is exactly what you needed.
48
Thankfully,
points of damage.
no negatives to those upper arm attacks. That will do, and you are able to strike Goldar down to where he shrinks to about 8 feet tall and then flies away. I guess that's
Mistress, I didn't do it.
Oh, no,
Power
what-
Rangers beat me again.
What happens is, like, when you do the sword strike, there's pyrotechnic effects and, like, smoke bombs that go up at his feet,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I mean,
And he,
yeah,
like,
you
spins
wave-
around.
You wave the sword in a circular fashion. It picks up like lightning from everywhere,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you just.
If only there was a YouTube video of this actually happening.
I can get that for you.
I don't think so.
Well, that
Not
is
possible.
gonna do it for the playtest, as we are out of combat. You can see what I meant by this. If you guys had been on the ground as just Starfinder characters, would have been an impossible fight. 15d8 cold damage. It's like, average
Well-
of like 70 something.
Yeah, I think you just have to sacrifice somebody to the breath weapon and then hope everything else goes goes
But yeah,
better.
2 mechs makes it possible. If
Yeah.
if Goldar had gone first in initiative order, it might have been a much different story. We might be seeing some destroyed mechs and some weak Power Rangers on the ground.
Would you have gotten another breath weapon off?
So it's every D4 rounds
cool.
you can use it. So would have been able to on that last round again. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Very scary stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was too bad.
So that's the combat.
Thanks, finger missiles.
Typical Tommy showing up at the last second and doing jack all.
We don't have too much
Again,
time
that's not how that works.
left in the stream here tonight, but I did want to just do a quick poll and see what you guys thought of the rules, thought of Mecha combat here. I'm already sold, so you don't need to hear my opinion.
I like the PowerPoint system. I like being able to do all these different things without having to worry about my action economy. I like all the standard actions so that we can do multiple things. Makes you feel like you're comboing into something really cool.
You didn't even use his he has a lower limbs attack, which is his legs. He can do like a kick on the power sword, which is different from using the upper arms. So
I really wanted to hurt.
I definitely thought it was pretty cool. It still took a little getting used to, as any new kind of introduction of a system does. But because it took me a second to kind of get used to the PP and everything, but I thought it was fun. I mean, just the ability to get to role play being in mechs, I mean, is such a cool thing. I know Drew is also
looking at the Megazord art here on the map. It's like, this is so cool. This is like what I would want to do if I wasn't running APs is to make up some cool homebrew action like this, and having these mecha rules would make that basically complete. I couldn't think of something else that I would want represented in the Starfinder system after mecha rules. I'm done.
I would. And the thing about this that I like more than Starship Combat is that in Starship Combat, a lot of the time you are locked into one thing. So if you were the science officer, you get to do these 3 things every turn, and that can get really stale. But and this might depend on how you play it. We could have locked with this Megazord. We could have locked it so that Tyler could do all the arm stuff because he's the one who's the arms. But that wouldn't be as fun. And we each got to make roles. We each got to feel like we were planning together and working on something together. And I think that really makes a difference.
For me, it's the collaboration that was really fun, and I think I would really like to play with each of us being in our own individual mech, but still working together. I mean, if you watch like, I don't know, most of my mech experience is like watching Gundam and stuff, but like they're all talking to each other, you know, like it's an orchestrated fight, even though they're in their individual vehicles. So
I will
it'd be really
say,
fun.
I think these rules can really replicate extremely well just about every single like mech you can see in fiction, but because most of them have a minimum of 2 operators required or a maximum of 2. There's some that are like 1 to 2, like the Dragon Sword I made here, I think, with maximum 2. Pacific Rim came to mind immediately, and just because they also have huge or colossal enemies in Starfinder with things like a CR-19 Kyokor, or like a living apocalypse storm, that kind of thing. I would think that would be an extremely cool use of the rules. But so typically you're not playing with just 2 players. So the main thing I wanted to give feedback on was, how do you run a 6-player single mech? Like, people will want to do that. You know, they'll want to be a Voltron, they'll want to be a Megazord. And how do you run 6 single-player mechs? Is that going to be a possibility?
Something else I thought of was at the end of Ready Player One, when they all have their individual robot of various kinds.
Yeah.
I thought that would be fun too. So I just want to recreate all these robot fights, right?
I think my only thing is I would like some sort of combiner or transforming rules.
That would
so
be
that
cool.
like if you had like people in 5 smaller mechs, you could combine to make the Megazord or something like that.
Yeah, and say they only have like a third hit points left. You just add all the hit points together. Bingo bango. Those would be some alternate rules that I think would put these mecha rules just like over the top. There are enemies in Starfinder that kind of work that way, like the Apari that you guys fought. It can take its bugs back into its body and get those hit points back, or break hit points off to make more small flyers.
I would like to see more incentive to be more mobile. I feel like this is going to be one of those situations where, because you have so many actions and because putting them into offense is so beneficial, it's going to be a slugfest, which kind of happens in some of the early.
I mean, that's
I recommended
combat, though.
Well, yeah, mostly combat, but I recommended you guys use your mobility because this thing had 4 attacks on a full attack. And if you had just took 1 action to move it would have, on this last turn would have probably ensured your survival.
It's what cost us 100 some odd points of damage.
But more incentive to that. I think I would remove attacks of opportunity as a reaction option for the mechs, and then I would make a archetype called like Mech Pilot Master, which gives you the benefit of, if you are piloting a mech, you can take attack of opportunities because you are so skilled at piloting. Make that part of like a beneficial skill set for a character.
I like that, but I also think that that's so specific that it's one of those things in Starfinder that sounds really cool in this 1 out of a million instance, but 99% of the time is completely useless.
Well, I will
attack
say
of opportunities are never useless. And
Tyler,
they're never insignificant. They're like a huge. It's what they kind of did. It's what they did in Pathfinder 2E, which I love, which is what made me think of it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying you'd have to know that you're going to be in a mech for that to.
Well, but if you took the archetype, I mean, it would be something you would have to discuss with your GM beforehand. Like,
it would
hey,
be
are there
very
gonna be mechs possible in this game? Yes. Cool. I'm thinking about going this route.
It would be very different combat,
yes.
because a lot of the monsters that you would fight would still have attacks of opportunity, a single attack of opportunity in Starfinder.
Yeah.
But maybe because your mech isn't fast enough, you don't have that ability. That's a possibility to bring up. I think if you are having 2 mechs fight each other, neither of them having an attack of opportunity would make it a much more mobile fight. Whereas someone, like, if their arm attack got weakened from damage or malfunction unit, they would want to pull away and try to do ranged attacks, and the other one would try to follow in and finish them off with melee. That is a potential good suggestion. Anything else before we wrap up the stream here, folks?
Yeah, that was fun.
So.
We gotta,
I
It was
enjoyed
a lot
it.
of fun.
we gotta collect
Rolling
data.
rolling big numbers is always enjoyable, and I think one of the worst things about Starship Combat is only the gunner ever got to do it. Now everybody can do it. I
Boy,
think that's a
howdy.
positive. Pretty cool.
Level 9 or tier 9 mech. Yeah, you get some high damage rolls there. 5d12 plus 23.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would like to do more of this, maybe with like different mech configurations or battle configurations.
That's
That'd be
asking a
fun.
whole lot, Tyler. Come on.
Well, make Drew do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I want Drew to GM.
So
Do it.
okay, so here's the deal, and gang, I'm gonna try. Real life is real complicated right now, but I'm gonna try. It may not be next week. And I may enlist the help of some of my friends and compatriots and some Discord folks to make it happen. But this is something I want to do.
What, do you like Mecha or something? True.
It
I'm
almost
confused.
it seems like it.
Oh my.
I'm wearing all my
I'm kind of wearing a
shirts
Mecha
and-
shirt. This is a Howl's Moving Castle shirt. It's like a giant mecha, right? Chicken
Got
walk.
my-
Becca and I are lame. We don't
Green
have mecha
Ranger and
shirts.
Godzilla.
I've got my Type 100 that I'm
Right,
rocking
so
right
we'll
now.
do this again, even if we don't make it inside the playtest windows. It's fun playing around with these. This was a good deal to set up, just because I was making the mech and like trying to balance the monster. I was like, should I make it like an even level CR11 dragon? I'm glad I went with the CR14 because who cares
yeah.
if I kill you right now? Not me.
Right? I mean, Power Rangers fans are going to be devastated, but I mean, other than that,
Well, the mecha sword gets taken out every once in a while, right?
and
And when
every time
it
happens.
does, all the Power Rangers fly out
Yeah.
of the thing and just land totally fine.
All right, that is going to do it for our stream, folks. Thanks, those of you that stuck around. Sorry, I didn't interact with you. I hope everyone else was replying, but boy, howdy, running the stream and the game, and looking up all these rules every other turn was something else. Everyone, thanks for playing with me.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you, chat.
Paizo, thanks
Yeah,
for
thank you, guys.
playtesting us, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next time here on Twitch.
Thursday.
/Cosmic Crit. Probably playing Final
Fantasy
Fantasy. A lot more Final Fantasy. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.